Introductory offer or go to 60up.com.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. What's going on? Today is Monday. It is September 12th. I kind of know the date because yesterday obviously was September 11th. As a matter of fact, yesterday morning when I woke up, I turned on my TV and I turned to a news channel, assuming that there was going to be lots of coverage of, the annual, I guess I'll call it an anniversary of September 11th, 2001. It is so hard to believe that it's been 21 years since that day. But I turned on my TV that morning. This is all before the NFL pregame show started, thinking that I was going to get a lot of September 11th coverage. And it turned out to be a lot of Queen Elizabeth coverage from over in England, which, of course, I must tell you, I have zero interest in. Nonetheless, today is September 12th. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. We do broadcast from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Guys, I don't know if it's an awesome thing or if it's a terrible thing. In other words, I'm so happy that football is back. I could tell you, like my girlfriend, by way of example, she not, because for her, she just lost me on Saturdays and on Sundays, which, that could be damaging to a relationship. I can tell you that. But I am so happy football is back. I loved college football on Saturday, massive upsets. I couldn't believe some of the teams that were knocked off on Saturday. And then on Sunday, the first NFL weekend, amazing games. I mean, really, truly incredible storylines that come out of yesterday and pull into today. And then we've got Monday Night Football tonight. And you talk about storylines. Russell Wilson's first game as a Denver Bronco back in his old stomping grounds in Seattle. Just on the air, just getting going. Couldn't be happier to be here today. So if you're listening to us on 1090, you radio listeners, glad to have you guys here. YouTubers, the chatlins, get involved in the YouTube chat. Let's get things fired up around here. Everybody who's listening on audio podcast, glad to have you guys along, listening on your own time. And tonight, 7 to 8 p.m. on television on Channel 4 San Diego, Channel 4 Santa Barbara. And if you're in Orange County or LA, it's Channel 118, all part of the Cox Your View network. So if you have Cox or Spectrum Cable, make sure you check us out. Let me jump right in. Fellas, Grande, Brown Man. Today is an overreaction Monday. So I wonder, if we all started with our greatest overreaction to what took place yesterday, what would that be? Alex, what do you say, man?
You want to start with me? Because I might as well just get this out the way since we're not going to talk about it. But Kevin O'Connell is the next Bill Belichick. You see how bad that man made Aaron Rodgers look? Do you see what he did to Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins? That man was the reason the Rams were good. Obviously, they suck without him. And now the reason why the Vikings are who they are. I haven't seen Aaron Rodgers struggle like that against anybody since week 1 of last season when I think they got blown out by 30 to the Saints. Bro, Kevin O'Connell is the real deal. I love everything about him. His Aztecness, his San Diego-ness, our former coworker-ness.
Yeah.
And no one cares about this. The post game in the locker room, Kirk Cousins gets game balls. And he basically took a dump on Mike Zimmer while handing a game ball to Kevin O'Connell. That's all I needed to see. Kevin O'Connell's the next Bill Belichick. That is my overreaction. The Vikings are legit. We're gonna win the Super Bowl. I don't know if it's this year, but we're gonna win one with him. It's finally gonna happen, Scott.
I loved Kevin O'Connell yesterday, and I loved the pregame where he's holding on to his little girl, his daughter. And, he's getting ready to coach his first NFL game, and he's got his daughter in his hands, and she's hugging up on daddy. And I'll just say this. I know Kevin's mom and dad love to listen to the show. They've been longtime great friends. We are so proud of Kevin O'Connell around here. We haven't had him on since he took the Vikings job, but you're right, Alex. I mean, he used to work with us at 1090 when he got done at San Diego State and he went into the NFL. And, I loved Hard Knocks with the Detroit Lions this year. I remember seeing Kevin O'Connell get cut by the New York Jets on Hard Knocks, and he bounced around the league and he was kind of trying to decide what he wants to do. Does he want to get into coaching? Does he want to get into broadcasting? He worked with us at 1090 for quite a while. We all know Kevin O'Connell personally. I watched his high school career, obviously his college career. We all know his NFL career. And to see him elevate through the ranks as quickly as he has and become a head coach, and to see the Vikings yesterday destroy the Green Bay Packers, I was super happy for Kevin O'Connell. I love the overreaction. Kevin O'Connell's the next Bill Belichick, and the Vikings are going to win the Super Bowl. So now let's say hello to this young man right here. I can't wait to hear what this overreaction is. Big Brown, John Browner. What do you say, man? Overreaction Monday.
I got to tell y'all, man, I told you so Express coming in strong today. So just everybody know ahead of time. That's what's about to happen. The Chargers might not win. They might not lose another game. Okay? We're going to go undefeated this year. And this ain't even an overreaction. This is just me watching the game. It's me watching the game undefeated. It ain't a long speech. I ain't got to go into nothing. Y'all saw it. Mac, Fitty Deuce. Who the best defender in LA? Who? What's a what? Who's a huh? Come on, man. And now this might be the greatest overreaction we could possibly put on this show. The Charger fan base they're gonna blanket the stadium for the rest of the year. Y'all see that yesterday? Y'all see all that blue? Y'all see all that blue?
No.
Look at it. Look at all that blue. The only Raiders I saw were fighting in the stands. That's all I saw. Y'all, listen, it's it. It's over. It's over, y'all. Bring the Lombardi to LA, but not the one that was there last year, the one that's going to get it this year, undefeated.
Wow. I must tell you, Browner, I appreciate the unpredictability of your overreaction.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely thought your overreaction was going to be Chicago Bears related.
Oh, listen, man, that game don't count for nothing. It should be 0-0. Nobody should have to play on that. No one should ever have to play on that. No, people were like, "Oh, Trey Lance isn't good." You don't know. You don't know. The fourth quarter of that game when the Bears took the 16-10, the 18-10 lead, it was raining so hard, the lines were gone off the field. Not to mention when they put the lines in there, they weren't straight. But that's a completely different thing. They were gone. It looked like you're drunk. The camera's drunk. Like, what is happening? That game don't count for nothing. They shouldn't count that game. I mean, I'm glad they won, but you didn't learn anything. Nothing other than you can slip and slide on the NFL field. That's all you learn. That's it.
All right. Well, I'll give you guys an overreaction also. And I had a few different ones kind of built in. I wasn't really sure which way I was going to go, but since Browner did not start with the Bears, this one is an overreaction, but I'm not sure how shocking this is or how hot this take might be. But I'll just break one out just for the sake of it being an overreaction Monday. Here goes. I'll go to that Chicago-San Francisco game. Week 1, overreaction Monday. Trey Lance is going to be, if not already through one game in his career, Trey Lance is a bust.
Wow.
I mean, just for the fun of it, right? I mean, I have to come up with an overreaction.
Okay.
But Trey, hey, listen, my other one was going to be, and this one is also, I don't think, terribly shocking. Aaron Rodgers is not going to make the playoffs this year.
I would go with that one.
Yeah. So
it's not shocking either, though.
But I know, right? Like to me, the Trey Lance story, and I'm not going to go deep into this, but I just got to say, the way John Lynch went and drafted this kid from this tiny school who had like no real playing resume, just kind of based on size, speed, arm strength, et cetera, like to reach and get that guy in the first round. To me, and then to just hand the team over to him before he's really, really ready, rather than just saying, hey, look, we'll start the season with Jimmy Garoppolo. And if Jimmy Garoppolo's not getting it done, he's a nice change of pace player. I believe the Niners have screwed themselves up so badly by choosing Trey Lance first. And now I think what people predicted right away, which is that Jimmy G is going to be this overshadowing figure behind him, and that's why the kid is so upset, blah, blah, blah. Like, I think Trey Lance is going to be a bust. But it's just an overreaction because it's an overreaction Monday.
Yeah.
So, hey, look, we are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. I love an overreaction Monday. What a great weekend, wasn't it? I mean, like for me, I couldn't wait for the NFL season to kick off. And when you look around the league and you look at how certain games ended, or you look at how certain results that perhaps you didn't expect, I don't know about you guys, man. I loved Week 1 Sunday, and I am looking forward to in the next couple hours here when Seattle kicks off at Denver. I know people don't think that's a great game, and it probably isn't going to be, but I like the storyline of Russell Wilson going home to Seattle, and I'm curious to see how it all goes down. So did you guys have a great weekend? I hope you did.
Dude, what a weekend filled with so many. This was the reason football is great in this country. I literally spent the entire weekend absorbing football, some baseball, but mostly football, and it was great. Went to
Yeah.
the new Snapdragon, had some things to say about it. We'll get to it later, and then ended up watching some of these crazy upsets in college football, and then ended up watching, the Chargers take over and the Bears. I don't know if you want to call that winning, but outlasting the 49ers. It was great. It was great.
Mhm.
It was great.
Saturday and Sunday. Like I haven't
Oh,
had
and then
a
that got
weekend.
hurt, so now I don't have to talk about the Cowboys no more.
Nobody does. I think this weekend I haven't had a weekend like this where it's just filled with sports, like multiple sports the whole time. Saturday, I watched the entire Alabama Texas game.
Which,
And
by the way, I mean,
they
we
need
talk
to get
about
rid
big
of those
upsets.
refs immediately.
But we
all
talk,
of them.
but hold on. You talk about big upsets in college football, right? Like Notre Dame losing. By the way, I listened to the Notre Dame game, parts of it on 1090.
Sounded great.
Kind of cool, right? I mean, and then I listened to a bunch of NFL stuff on 1090 on Sunday because I was driving around in the early window. But most people thought, and I think I was probably one of them, that Alabama would destroy Texas by 20 points. If Texas is going to move into the SEC, and Steve Sarkisian's the coach at Texas, and Nick Saban, had him on his staff, I figure Saban's going to put it to him. I give Texas all the credit in the world for keeping that game close and for having a chance to win that game. That was an amazing college football game on Saturday.
Yeah. Actually started with me Friday night because I actually stayed up and I was watching the Padres walk off the Dodgers. Saturday, I watched Texas, Alabama. I went to San Diego State. I left early to go watch the UFC fights, which were great. I watched Adrian Peterson get knocked the hell out by Le'Veon Bell.
Dude.
Straight.
And then I woke up
right.
Sunday. I watched F1 really early in the morning, straight into football all day. So at 1:00, I'm sitting where I'm sitting right now. I have this TV on the Vikings. I have my curved monitor on the Chargers Raiders, and I got the iPad on Dodgers Padres. And I was like, I mean, I think if I had a Topper's Pizza, I don't think I could be anywhere better in life right now, dude. I'm telling you, man.
I have a quick question for you. So when you have 3 games going like that at the same time on a Sunday afternoon, how's fiance Mar take to that?
She was out of the house. Week 1 is always fun because it's like, oh, look at you, you're ridiculous, laughing, like look how much you're watching. Week 12 to 18, it's like, dude, can we go somewhere? It's Sunday. Like, can we go do something? It's the holidays. Like, and I'm just sitting here like a lazy. But yeah, week 1, it's no big deal. It's as the season progresses, like right now, it's the annoyance level is very low,
Yeah.
As the weeks increase, so does the annoyance of football.
See, I think for me, it's kind of a little bit opposite. Like for us yesterday, it was, well, hey, it's Sunday. This is what we normally do on Sundays. We get up, we go for a long walk. We we go out for breakfast. Like for me, week 1, I couldn't wait to sit in front of a TV all day. And for my girlfriend, I think she was like, "Oh no, like this football season just crept up on me and it's here and he's done. He don't want to do anything else but watch football now."
I have committed myself to a different path on Sundays. I don't know how it's going to work, but I am committed to it. Because there would be some Sundays last year and years before where I'm just like, I literally sit down for 12 hours and I don't move. I'm not doing that this year. So whatever window the Vikings play in, that's the window that I will go all in. This Sunday, I don't know what I'm going to do because they play Monday night. So I'll probably just do like the Chargers window or something. But whatever window the Vikings, whether it be 1 or 4, or 10 or 1, like that's where I'm all in. And then the rest, I'll tune in if I can, but I got to do something.
Yeah.
So like yesterday, I went to the grocery store in the 10 a.m. games. I kind of like cleaned the house a bit. I was like doing stuff. But then once 1:00 came, don't talk to me.
Yeah, I know.
Just leave me alone.
I like you guys. I mean, I know you guys both said you did a lot this weekend. And Alex, I mean, between F1, UFC, college football, NFL football, Padres, Dodgers, I know you did a lot. Browner, I heard you say that you went to Snapdragon. I saw a little bit of some of your social stuff. We'll get to that coming up. For me, kind of the same thing. Like Friday night, I got home and I got together with Rachel, who had been out to dinner with her girlfriends because I was up in LA, and we went to the Belly Up. And I saw this band. I'm wearing their shirt today, and I want to give these guys a shout out. They're called the Daring Greatly Band. And a friend of ours had called and said, "Hey, I've got 2 extra tickets to see the Daring Greatly Band." And both Rachel and I were like, "Daring Greatly Band? Do we know them? Like, haven't we seen them before?" And we saw them this summer at Fiesta del Sol. And I remember being at this little, festival in Solana Beach going, these guys are incredible. These guys are great. And I knew that they were playing Wonderfront this upcoming year around Thanksgiving time. And so a friend of mine said, come to the show. We did. These guys they blow it out, man. I mean, I'm such a big fan of a band that, frankly, I know you guys have never heard of, and many people who are listening and watching right now have probably never heard of. And by the way, that band has probably never heard of us either. But nonetheless, these guys Browner, you and I have been to many shows together at the Belly Up. You would have loved these guys.
Who they cover?
No covers, all originals. That's the
Oh.
thing. See, and that's the thing is that there are no, this is
Okay.
not a cover band. This is, you and I have seen like Queen Nation together. We've seen the Foo
Right.
Fighters together. We've seen lots and lots of cover bands. These guys play all originals. And, even if you don't know their songs, you're like, wow, there's the keyboardist and the guitarist. These guys are brothers and they sound amazing together. These guys are coming up. And so you guys know me. I like to, hype comedians. I like to hype bands. So shout out to the Daring Greatly band who tore it up Friday night at the Belly Up. Then Saturday, just like you guys with college football, Saturday, I watched some of the Alabama-Texas game. Then, because if you have a relationship and she's like, no, I'm not sitting around all day while you're watching football, I watched the Pitt-Tennessee game on a friend's boat because we were at that Boots in the Park concert, which I had no interest in the concert at all, but we were on their boat, docked right off where the county building is, downtown San Diego. And inside the boat, me and a whole bunch of guys are watching college football. And the girls on the boat are like, are you guys serious? We're on a boat, downtown San Diego. There's this amazing concert going on over here. And all you dudes want to do is sit in here and watch college football. And we're like,
Yes.
yes, that's very much all
Now
we
go
wanna
back
do.
out. Go back out and enjoy the music.
Right. You
Go.
girls go up there and
So
drink
was
and do your
hockey-
thing,
Right.
but we're going to be in here watching college football.
Was field hockey canceled?
Field hockey was not canceled. It did go. First game was at 7:30 on Saturday, but they only had to play
my
3
God.
games. Yeah.
7:30 in the
I
morning.
know, dude.
for field hockey.
5:30 a.m. on Saturday morning. I got to wake up to get my daughter to these field hockey games. I know, it was crazy. And so I watched Alabama, Texas. I listened to Notre Dame get beat by Marshall. By the way, talk about big upsets in college football.
Notre Dame's 0-10.
Dude,
Notre Dame, it's over.
Right. Well, and Tyler Buckner, the quarterback from
Out for
Bishop's
the
High
year.
School, gone now for the rest of the year. So like my whole rooting interest for Notre Dame, I don't like Notre Dame, but I was rooting for this young man who's from San Diego. He's out now. So
The head coach is 0-3 because he coached the bowl game.
yeah,
last
that's
year.
right. Texas and Alabama, Pitt, Tennessee, Notre Dame losing to Marshall. By the way, Georgia Southern beat, was it Texas A&M?
Mm-hmm.
So that's Clay Helton, the
No,
former.
wasn't that Appalachian State?
Was Appalachian State the one that beat Texas A&M? Because Georgia Southern beat somebody big too. I'm trying to remember who it was. But
Appalachian State beat Texas A&M.
okay.
Georgia Southern beat Nebraska, who then fired Scott Frost.
Right.
already.
Yeah.
Dude, Nebraska. Hey, I don't know if you guys got the memo. No one cares about your program no more, bro. Stop firing coaches.
Well, but you know who
Well, wait 3 weeks.
You know who fired him though? Well, wait 3 weeks because his buyout, I've been
And
reading
yeah.
about this. If Scott Frost were fired after October 1st, his buyout is $7.5 million. They fired him this weekend, yesterday. They bought him out for $15 million. And the guy who had to fire him and buy him out is another former Nebraska football player. Do you guys remember a guy by the name of Trev Alberts?
No.
No, doesn't remind.
No.
Anyway, so
If
long story-
if they had money like that, they'd have hired a better coach. Get out
well,
of here.
maybe they should go out and hire themselves a real coach. I mean, listen, and Scott Frost, he's the guy.
And that is why you want to go to the Big Ten, because you can afford $15 million buyouts.
Mhm. But Scott Frost is a guy who had a great career as a player at Nebraska, and then he led University of Central
South
Florida to a
Florida,
13-0 record that one year, where they claimed they won the national championship. So the college football upsets were crazy. I watched college football day Saturday. I watched USC Stanford on this guy's boat.
USC crushed Stanford.
Yeah.
Crushed them.
Yep.
They look good, man.
Yeah.
They look real good. And now that Notre Dame sucks, all they got to do is beat Utah, and you might be looking at a USC championship run, man.
Well, they could. I mean, listen, they're up to number 7 in the country already.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of the San Diego State Idaho State game. How did
You didn't miss nothing.
Yeah.
You didn't miss nothing, man. After the first play, Idaho State had a touchdown. I was like, oh my God, this team sucks. What am I doing here? It's hot. I'm sweating. They got it together after that. So shout out.
Bro, I sweat through my black shirt. Like
It was
I was
bad.
that guy.
It was
where you
gross.
could see the sweat through my black
It was
shirt. And I was like,
It was not great.
oh my God, it was. And I ran into Gary Cooper and he was like, came in for a hug. I'm like, bro, I am so sweaty. I am so sweaty. And he's like, don't worry about it. I'm like, all right, bring it in, because I am a mess. I had this great idea of wearing pants to the game.
Me
Oh,
too.
my
I wore
God.
pants
Oh,
too, dude.
man.
I 100%
Dude.
completely regret that.
Oh, man. Well, look, obviously, between college football, NFL football, Padres, Dodgers, UFC, I mean, we have got a lot of stuff we want to get to. We're just underway. We're in the 7 Mile Casino studios, 7milecasino.com. I do want to remind everybody, I mean, yesterday was obviously great, but the NFL is just getting started. And I'm going to ask everybody who's watching and listening to please do us a favor and download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use our promo code Great Friends. You get $200 in free bets instantly when you place just a $5 bet on any game. So check them out at DraftKings, because as I've said many times on the show, this is a big national advertising partner for us, and we're really happy to have them on the show. So everybody who's watching and everybody who's listening, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, an official betting partner of the NFL. Use our promo code Great Friends. There's all kinds of ways to win, but just bet $5, you get $200. And if your team's up at any point during the game by 10 points, you're a winner, even if your team winds up losing. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use our promo code Great Friends. We'd really appreciate it. All right, we are just underway on an Overreaction Monday. This is Kaplan and crew. Let's do it.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Rome comes home. Yes, I said it. You can now catch the Jim Rome Show Monday through Friday, noon until 3 p.m. on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. Back to San Diego, where it all started, on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Let's welcome back to Main Street Living tax attorney Adam Brewer. Adam, thanks so much for joining us again.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Now, it might seem weird that we're having you on because it's not necessarily tax season right now, but what are some things that viewers can do to get ahead of next tax season?
Yeah, you're right. I apologize. I think most people would prefer to just forget about taxes for the summer, but yeah, if you have some downtime, always a good opportunity to kind of get ahead for next season. So really what I'm preaching is, just become more knowledgeable about your taxes. Everyone come tax season can benefit from having a little more knowledge and just being a little bit less stressed about the whole process of getting their taxes filed and getting them paid. All this information is available online, but it's really a mess. So it just gets back to my first point, just start with your own taxes. And then if you need to dig in on one or two issues, it's just a Google search away.
Gotcha. Google search away. Now, let's just say someone is interested, like Danielle is interested in becoming more knowledgeable about her taxes. Like, how should someone like her get started?
Yeah. So Danielle, you're interested. You should start with, your last year's tax return. So I'd say get out your last year's return. Form 1040s, going to be the first page there. And really look and see what lines are populated. And then, make sure you understand those roles. So if you have dividend income and you see, what's a qualified dividend, go in and figure it out. Likewise, if you see anything that's missing. So, a lot of taxpayers now are paying a ton in student loan interest. And then they look at their tax return and they go like, whoa, that's limited to $2,500. That would be a role that you'd want to dig in and really figure out how it impacts your actual tax return. When in doubt, save for retirement. It's either, for most taxpayers, it's either going to save you money today, tax-wise, or it's going to help you reduce your tax burden in the future.
Awesome.
So important. Thank you. Thank you so much, Adam. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, great friends. We welcome you back inside the 7 Mile Casino studios, 7milecasino.com. By the way, if you are thinking about where am I going to watch college football? Where am I going to watch NFL football? Where am I going to watch Monday Night Football? You should maybe consider coming to 7 Mile Casino. because, first of all, it's a beautiful air-conditioned environment. Secondly, it is a smoke-free environment, and you could be watching games while you're playing blackjack or poker or having lunch or dinner over at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar, and everybody in town loves Sammy's Woodfire Pizza. So it's all there for you at 7 Mile Casino, 7milecasino.com. And if you have any problems with gambling, guys, call 1-800-GAMBLER because, again, I say it all the time. This is supposed to be fun, right? Don't take your life savings in. Just take a buck, walk in, have some fun, watch some football, eat some good food, and have a really good time at 7 Mile Casino and 7milecasino.com. All right, Browner, I said to you as we were hitting this break, are you going to treat all things equal? What do you think about Cooper Kupp, Brown?
System quarterback, R2D2. Beep-bope, beep-beep-bope, beep-bope.
Okay, so system wide receiver. I know you just called him a quarterback. System wide receiver, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you think of Devontae Adams for the Raiders?
Electric. Got it done. Against quite possibly might be the greatest defense ever to put on helmets.
Mm-hmm.
Missing their best corner.
Mm-hmm. So why?
So he had an easier job.
I mean, but why does Devontae Adams not get the? What he said?
So embarrassed already.
I missed.
So embarrassed already.
I couldn't even.
So embarrassed already.
I missed what he said. I didn't even hear it. What did he say?
He said.
I heard him.
No, Browner says, he did it against the best defense ever.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, and they didn't even have their best corner. And I was like, yeah, so he had an easier job.
Mm-hmm. So when the Rams lost on opening night, to what a lot of people think is the best team in football. I'm not so sure the Buffalo Bills are the best team in football after everything I saw with Week 1.
Me neither.
I think they're good. I think the Buffalo Bills are very good.
They're definitely good.
They're a real contender. But when I look around and I see what Kansas City did to Arizona, I go, is Buffalo beating LA that much more impressive than Kansas City ham slamming Arizona?
Yes.
I mean, it is because it's opening night and it's on the road, far distance, and it's the Super Bowl champs.
Good. The Rams were not good that night for whatever reason.
Cardinals weren't good yesterday.
No, Cardinals were terrible.
And the Rams are better than the Cardinals.
I think so too.
Right.
But I think Patrick Mahomes is so good and does so many incredible things with his body and the way he throws the ball. But I guess what I'm saying is I'm not 100% sure right now that Buffalo, who's everybody's favorite, it's the trendy pick right now. I'm not so sure Buffalo's any better than Kansas City based on everything I saw yesterday.
Well, everything you saw yesterday, I'll say it this way. Every 1-0 team is not good, and every 0-1 team is not bad.
Well, yeah, that's
so it's like it's overreacting Monday, so I get it. But I am not going to forget how good Buffalo offensively was on Thursday. Like, they are a force offensively. A force.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that game against the Chiefs last year. It was a coin toss, literally a coin toss.
Who had the ball last?
Right. Who had the ball last? Like we always say, it's whoever has the ball last is going to win. Chiefs had the ball last. They won. Like those two teams, they're on a collision course.
Yeah, I hope so because they both look great in Week 1. But I'm not sure that Buffalo's any better than Kansas City is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
So, but here's the thing.
I would throw the Chargers in there too.
Now, I'll say this about the Chargers. And I watched
that impressive win. That was impressive. Listen, I understand the situation here. I get it. And all the people who came after me said they never listen to the show again because I like the Chargers. Bro, kick rocks. I don't care. Thanks for coming today. Listen, that was impressive. Whether you like them or not. That defensive display. 3 sacks in a strip sack by Khalil Mack. The secondary picking off Derek Carr. Solid tackles. They had one blown coverage. Well, I don't know how you leave him open, but they left Adams open. He's great. That's not a debate. He's great. Darren Waller had a tough day, and my guy definitely had a tough day running them routes.
Who, you talking about Hunter Renfrow, whose name you just couldn't come up with?
Yeah.
Yeah, him, yeah.
Can I push back?
You asked me to come up with 3 names in a row.
I'm not going to hate on you. I'm just going to push back and tell you the biggest difference between the Chargers and the Bills and the Chiefs, and it's been this way for 2 or 3 seasons now, is that when they have a 24-10 lead, it never becomes a 35-10 lead. It always becomes a 1-score game, and it always goes down to the wire where the other team has a chance. The Bills and Rams were close, at halftime, and the Bills extended the lead and they win big. The Chiefs, and do they let the Cardinals come back and get into that game and get a chance to win? No, they just crush their opponents.
Wait. That's how
That's
the Bengals got in the Super Bowl. What are we doing here? That's
I'm
how
talking
Bengals
about
got
the
in
Chargers, though, dude.
No, but you used it.
We're not talking about the Bengals right now. We're talking about the Chargers.
You used it as a reference point to say
Right.
this just usually happens, and I was just giving you an example of
But
how
I'm telling
recently
you-
that happened.
But I'm telling you, the reason why the Chargers are not in the category of the Bills and the Chiefs,
To
and
you,
the Bengals aren't there either. No, to anybody, is because they don't know how to close out games.
Well,
if Derek Carr was remotely good yesterday, the Raiders probably win that game.
Well,
he was awful
okay,
yesterday.
well, let's just talk about that for a quick second. You see, the thing is this. I'm watching this Charger Raider game yesterday in a bar, and there were a lot of Charger fans and there were a lot of Raider fans. And so, there was a lot of noise and there was a lot of activity during the game.
Which is great.
It was fun. It was a very energetic environment, and it was a great game. And like, as somebody who's just I love NFL football. So for me, I love to see great games. Believe it or not, as all these 4:00 games or 1:00 games were wrapping up, Minnesota had already crushed Green Bay.
Crushed them.
Kansas City, it wasn't even competitive against Arizona. When all these games were over, there was still one game that was still on, which was the New York Giants against the Tennessee Titans, which came down to the wire, and Tennessee missed a field goal that could have won the game. I'm still in on New York versus Tennessee, and I have zero interest in those two teams, but I love NFL football. So for me, as an NFL football fan, even though I'm not a Charger fan, I was rooting for the Raiders. I was disappointed that the Raiders didn't win, but here's what I'll say. I may have walked away from that game more impressed with what the Raiders might be than I was with the Chargers winning. Well, Browner, here's why, though. Because the Chargers are at home. The Chargers have a lead. The Raiders get back into it. And while I give Khalil Mack credit, I mean, statistically, he made those sacks. He did strip the ball. I mean, all those things absolutely happened. I watched it all happen.
Okay.
But Derek Carr, for a veteran quarterback whom some people have predicted might be the MVP of the season this year, which I think is obviously a stretch and it's a hot take and it's it's something to say to kind of get clicks and whatever. Dude, Derek Carr, for as much experience as he has, to not get rid of the ball. Like, you talk about holding on to the ball too long. Now, by the way, I guess I have to give credit where credit belongs, which is there's a pass rush and there's a secondary that's covering. So he can't find anybody open, but he's holding on to the football like a rookie quarterback. But I will say, really, I haven't gone back and watched the whole game and analyzed film and broke it all down, and I'm not going to. but I kind of felt like that was a very, very close football game that the Raiders were in a position to possibly win. And Davante Adams, I must tell you, to see a guy as great as he was in Green Bay, and then to have Aaron Rodgers like looking around at his coaches going, really? This is what I've got to work with here now?
You should be looking in the mirror doing that.
Well, but Davante Adams, I was so impressed yesterday with his immediate production and connection to Carr, even though Carr said that's what it's going to be because we've played together forever and we know each other really well and we work out together in the offseason. But I still want to just ask you this question, though. If Cooper Kupp is a system player and you criticize Cooper Kupp the day after the Rams lose to the Bills, and mostly because they lost the game, you said, hey, look at all those statistics, but they lost. Why do you not have the same attitude towards Davante Adams? What's the difference?
One, Davante Adams on his second team, which I always say, and this is no mystery on this show, do it on another team. He goes to another team in the first game and has better numbers than Cooper Kupp, had against a better defense. I like the Bills defense. It ain't better than the Chargers defense. He was outstanding, next level. And for you to say that you came out of that game feeling better about the Raiders, I would ask you a question. Do you think the Raiders are good? Because I think the Raiders are a really good football team, and they might be one of the best offenses in football. And so for Derek Carr to be holding on to the ball that long, with Waller, with Renfro, and with Adams, with Jacobs out of the backfield, that means, like you said, no one's open because the defense is doing their job. I think the Raiders are a very good team. I think they're a playoff team. I thought what the Chargers did to them yesterday was impressive because the Raiders are going to cook people this year. They're going to cook people because they got a top 5 offense. And the Chargers shut that thing down.
I don't see the Raiders like that at all. You guys have been
That's a fair
buying into the
point.
Raiders offseason. I don't see Scott, when you're like, I came out more impressed. No, dude, I came out so much more worried about the Raiders. Like, they're going to finish 4th in this division. And I don't even think they're going to be a playoff team because Derek Carr has way too much Kirk Cousins in him. The guy is scared of getting tackled. He has no movement in the pocket whatsoever. He makes terrible decisions all the time, and he forces it to his number one guy already, Devontae. He threw him the ball 20 times.
And
you just force it. What? You're going to throw interceptions that way. You're just going to force it and force it and force it. That's why Stafford led the league in interceptions last year. You just kept forcing it to Cup. It's your safety blanket.
Put it up on the screen. Let's take a look at what Derek Carr did yesterday against the Chargers. And again, Alex, you made a good point, I thought, earlier. The 1-0 teams are not as good as we may think they are, and the 0-1 teams are not as bad as we may think they are. This thing's all going to shake out. But after one game, take a look at these numbers. Derek Carr, 22 of 37, 295 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks, and a quarterback rating of 69.1. The Raiders were in a position to possibly win this game, and the Chargers were very much in a position to bury the Raiders and didn't do it. And so I guess my takeaway, and again, I'm watching the game in a bar, and of course, my rooting interest was for the Raiders to win. My takeaway from the game is Herbert's incredible. The Chargers have a lot of really good wide receivers who I don't know who they are other than Keenan Allen, who got hurt yesterday. There are some guys on this Charger team that I don't know who they are because I don't really follow the Chargers per se. The Chargers have a linebacker that made a spectacular interception in the secondary. And Khalil Mack in game 1, he paid off, dude. Watch this pick. We're watching this thing. This guy right here. Well, who is this player right here? Who is that?
I don't know.
Browner. He's a Charger.
Yeah, Browner. You somebody who knows the Chargers as well as you do. I figured for sure you know that guy. But that linebacker, man, that was a beautiful play in the secondary. But I'm just watching Derek Carr. To your point,
just don't trust
force
Derek
balls.
Carr
Me
at
neither,
all, man. At all. And I don't know where top 5 offense comes from because Hunter Renfrow is not that good. Like, he is a slot dude that can get you like 5-yard outs, man.
He's their third option.
And I'm
not saying he's their first option.
No, I know.
He's not their second option.
Their
he's
running
their third option.
Their running game is not good. They wanted to get rid of Josh Jacobs, but their other running backs are way worse. Name one person on their offensive line. Can't do it. Like, I just don't see the hype on the Raiders just because they got Devontae Adams. I just don't get it. I could be proven wrong. I don't think I am because I picked the Jets to beat the Ravens, and I'm wrong too. But my God, dude, like, it is so much hype around the Raiders because of Devontae Adams.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, just like the Saints, you only go as far as your quarterback takes you in this league. And Derek Carr ain't going to take you to the Super Bowl. He ain't.
But people say the same thing about Kirk Cousins.
Well,
he ain't going to take you to the Super Bowl
proven.
either.
That has thus far proven to be true. Now, with an offensive-minded coach like Kevin O'Connell versus a defensive-minded coach like Mike Zimmer, maybe Kirk Cousins becomes what Matthew Stafford became. Like, where Stafford was always a guy who had Hall of Fame statistics, but no wins to show for it. He goes to the Rams, and in year 1, he wins a Super Bowl. And now you can't turn on the TV without seeing him all over television.
You can say the same thing about Derek Carr. I can see it both ways, but I don't think it's true. Josh McDaniels is offensive mastermind who got Tim Tebow a freaking playoff victory. So you can you're now he's the quarterback. Now he's the offensive coordinator / head coach of the Raiders, and you could start spinning it on that. But I just don't see Derek Carr being a Super Bowl level quarterback, and I don't think the Raiders are as good as the Niners last year, where the team could elevate him, because the team has elevated Jimmy Garoppolo forever. They got them there, but I don't think the Raiders are that good defensively. I just don't see it.
This is going to be the beauty in the season.
Mm-hmm.
That will bear itself out, because I think offensively they've got some of the best weapons in football. You
have Devontae Adams and you've got Waller, the tight end, but outside of those two guys, y'all
don't like Hunter Renfrow.
No, I like Hunter Renfrow. Hunter Renfrow, to me,
I don't know how you can like Hunter Renfrow and
I like
slam Cooper Kupp.
No,
I just don't get it.
I like Hunter Renfrow because to me, Hunter Renfrow is like a Wes Welker kind of a player.
Wes Welker was never a number 1.
No, but the difference, Wes Welker had Tom Brady, and Tom Brady made a guy like Wes Welker or a guy like Julian Edelman or a guy like Danny Amendola. He made those guys look good. But here's the thing. All I'm asking you to do is this. when you kill Ohtani because the team doesn't win, even though he's brilliant, okay? All I want you to do is be equal. So when you beat up on Cooper Kupp, and by the way, this is what I want for you. You'll never do this. But as much as you beat up on Cooper Kupp and say he's a system player, and your evidence is because he's only played for one team, but Devontae Adams now is on his second team and he still performed. If I showed you the numbers between Cooper Kupp and Devontae Adams
in week one,
yeah, their games were pretty much the same, and they both lost.
Whip it out. Let me see.
Really? You want me to whip it out?
Whip out them stats.
You want me to whip out the stats? Hey. All right, here you go, Alex. You want to educate Browner on who did what here?
Less catches, more yards. What are we doing? Come on now. What are we talking about? Less catches, more yards. And now, if you really want to put some numbers up, the person who you need to be watching.
You want to say what for people listening?
For everybody who's on radio, let's walk them through this. Go ahead, Alex.
Cooper Kupp 13 catches, Devontae 10 catches. Cooper Kupp 15 targets, Devontae 17 targets. Cooper Kupp 128 yards, Devontae 141. Cooper Kupp 1 touchdown, Devontae 1 touchdown. Percentage of targets as a whole, Cooper Kupp 37%, Devontae Adams 47%. What the hell does that mean? That means 47% of the time that Derek Carr threw the ball, he threw it to Devontae Adams. That's what that means.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both 0-1.
Right. Mm-hmm. So why are they not equal? I mean, why not treat Devontae Adams with he's great, but his team lost, and so all the same things you said about Cooper Kupp. Why not say the same things about Devontae Adams?
Let me repeat this for you.
You guys need to erase your Tua and Fields bet and make this the bet.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. I think no one cares about Tua Fields, and people will care about this, and because I care more about this than the Tua Fields thing.
Yeah, and it's got so much more local to it.
Second team already cooking. I've said this a 1,000 times.
Second quarterback. Same thing.
Second team, second quarterback. Well,
talk about Cooper
quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He's on his, but he wasn't doing this with golf.
Not this level, but he was doing the same.
But when he wasn't doing this with golf, Adams was doing this with Rodgers. Now he's doing it with Carr. So now you're going to y'all tell me Carr ain't great. You're telling me Carr ain't great. No. Now you also telling me that Devontae Adams is what?
No, he's great. Devontae Adams is great, but you know what else?
Thank you.
No, but so is Cooper Kupp.
Yeah,
he's better than Cooper Kupp. He's better.
He may be a better physical talent, but
and more yards, better catches.
Come on, dude. He had 15 more. He didn't have more catches.
13 more yards.
He had 13 more yards on 3 fewer receptions.
I watched both games. Better. Cooper Kupp had most of his yards on 1 catch.
All right. Should I ask you the ultimate question that everybody is asking themselves?
Let me get to this before you get to your racism question. Let me get to this. The person.
You know how many texts I get about that, dude? You know how many texts I get? You know how many texts I get saying that? Oh my god.
Let's get to the point. The person who y'all need to be comparing Cooper Kupp to is Justin Jefferson. Okay? Here's
Jefferson's better than both these guys.
Here's what I'm going to explain to you why.
Give us a thought so we can hit a spot and we can hit this break.
Justin
and we'll come back
Jefferson
and talk more.
Is the what? If Cooper Kupp was actually good, he would look like Justin Jefferson, because they're doing with Justin Jefferson the same thing they're doing with Cooper Kupp in LA. The same plays. They're moving him around, putting him in different places, getting the ball to him. Look how that looked. He looked like Randy Moss and Jerry Rice combined yesterday.
He only did 4 routes. I actually saw that this morning. He only did 4 routes from outside, but from the inside. So, but
4 is better than 0.
But you said Cooper Kupp got all his yards by 1 catch. Just Devontae's long with 41, Cooper's of 28. So just saying.
I love this. Hey, Brown. Brown,
look at the numbers.
I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at it, and the numbers are virtually equal.
Stop it. Virtually nothing.
And I see a Super Bowl, and I don't see a Super Bowl in Devontae. So.
All right. Hey, I do want to just have a minute
here. Does Devontae have a Super Bowl, Browder? Nobody saw that face. Does Devontae have a Super Bowl? Bro. No, he does not. Thank you. Let's move on.
By the way, look how cute Browner looks today with no mustache now. Like, look how
looks like clean shaven. Like he's 21 years old.
Had to shave that thing off, man. It had got out of control.
Had to shave that thing, huh?
Yeah, man. I had that junk was looking gross.
You really had to shave that junk?
To shave that junk, man. I had got beard acne, man. I ain't got no beard. I can't be doing that.
All right, let me have a minute here to just thank everybody who has so far taken advantage of this great opportunity that we've put out on the air with iThrive MD. And I'll make it real simple. If you're a guy who's been having a hard time losing weight because you haven't been able to change your diet because you don't have great discipline, you haven't increased your exercise because you don't have the time, or so you tell yourself you don't have the time. If you want to / need to lose weight and you haven't changed your diet and you haven't increased your exercise, iThrive MD as a product right now. Alex is using it, but I have another friend of mine who just recently went down there and he's using it now too, because patients are reporting over the course of time, 15% of their body weight is being lost by using this product without any lifestyle changes at all. It's a little teeny tiny injection. It's pain-free. Alex takes it home with him and uses it himself just right into his leg. And people are reporting excellent results. So if you're trying to lose weight and it hasn't worked for you, and some like my friend Larry, he exercises all the time. He's like, I got to try this. 858-204. You know what? I actually can't even see the number on the screen.
240-1497.
I screwed the whole thing up. 858-240-1497. iThrive MD, this weight loss product. Everybody's raving about it. Stick around. Back to more of the NFL talk. This is Kaplan and Crew.
Hunger is a year-round problem. The San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter provide food assistance at locations throughout the county. We need your help. Host a food drive, volunteer, or donate online. Thank you for making a difference.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
The Rich Eisen Show airs Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. An engaging blend of insightful football expertise with an offbeat mix of humor and pop culture while continuing to attract the most recognizable names in sports and entertainment. Only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Please welcome 4 of the 5 San Diego County Teachers of the Year from the 2021-2022 school year. From Central Elementary School, Laura Reyes. From Westville High School, Tiffany Jokers. From San Jose Elementary School, Jacqueline Jordan. And from St. Joe Chavez Middle School, Todd Sanders. Teachers, please deliver the pitch. San Diego County Teachers of the Year with their honorary pitch.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season continues. Live on Your View and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal host the Phoenix Rising FC Saturday, September 17th at 7 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they continue their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the Phoenix Rising FC Saturday, September 17th on Your View.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier 1090.com.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
It's time for some San Diego Loyal Soccer Club updates. The Loyal fell just short on Saturday against Western Conference leading San Antonio FC 1-0. San Antonio found the net in the 30th minute, and that will be enough in the match. The Loyal have lost 3 straight matches for the first time this season. They still hold the second spot in the conference, 1 point ahead of Colorado Springs. San Diego will look to get back in the win column this Saturday against Western Conference rivals Phoenix Rising FC. Loyal manager Landon Donovan was named finalist on the final ballot of the National Soccer Hall of Fame election class of 2023. He is one of 5 players selected to the final ballot in their first year of eligibility.
That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew Tonight.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View. You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Hunger is a year-round problem. The San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter provide food assistance at locations throughout the county. We need your help. Host a food drive, volunteer, or donate online. Thank you for making a difference.
San Diego Varicose Vein Treatment Center, we take care of all various needs of patients for management of their venous insufficiency. People who come here are mainly concerned about symptoms that brings them on or issues related to cosmetic concern that we can always take care of. Now with the advancement of technology and so many catheter-based treatments, we can treat our patients much more quickly, much more comfortably with less downtime. Patients love the result invariably.
It's been a huge impact in my life to feel better, to be able to power walk again. Overall, I'm just feeling like I used to feel when I was a lot younger, and I'm so grateful for this place.
It's a privilege to take care of our patients. It comes from the heart, and I love it.
I met Tony Sanchez when I was Dean of the Honors College here at UNLV, and then I worked very closely with him when I was interim president of the university.
I've been on the UNLV Foundation the better part of the last decade. K through 12 and higher education are very important to me personally because of what it's done for me in my life.
Tony is a type of leader that I think is the best kind of leader. He's a servant leader, which means that he prioritizes the common good above all. So he's mission-focused instead of ego-focused, and that, in my estimation, is true leadership.
If you're happy in doing your job and you're out there in the community, that's the reward that you get, right? To actually get paid to oversee community relations and work with our foundation. I mean, that's the best of both worlds. So it's a double win for me.
Please welcome 4 of the 5 San Diego County Teachers of the Year from the 2021-2022 school year. From Central Elementary School, Laura Reyes. From Westville High School, Tiffany Jokers. From San Jose Elementary School,
PNC Bank specializes in a full suite of financial services from retail banking to mortgage to corporate banking. So while PNC Bank is a full service financial institution, we view ourselves more than that. And that really is how we care and give back to our community.
Surf Soccer has been around for over 30 years. We're based here in San Diego, but we are the premier national youth sports brand in soccer. Our mission is to create experiences and opportunities for kids, but we also do it through our events where we really help kids chase their dreams.
There are a lot of kids in San Diego that have incredible levels of talent, but they can't afford to play on a team like Surf. And so a lot of our sponsorship dollars go back into scholarships.
PNC is literally one of the only people we've ever allowed to be in here as a sponsor because we know how committed they truly are to the community and how committed they truly are to kids.
We continue to look forward to investing back into youth, arts, and especially the military here. I mean, San Diego is a military town, and we are giant supporters of the men and women that fight for our freedom.
So Southwestern College, the name of the mariachi is Mariachi Garibaldi, is the performing group that we have. We've actually had as many as 4 different ensembles, so 4 different classes, beginning, intermediate, advanced. And the advanced group is outstanding. We got that associate's degree in music with the mariachi specialization approved in 2004. And that was the first in the world anywhere. It's not a degree in mariachi music, it's a degree in music with a specialization in mariachi.
The ensemble is great. I mean, it ranges anywhere from 30 to 50, sometimes 60 members every semester. It's fantastic.
The NFL lives here. If it's about the NFL, you found the right station. Join 1090 every Sunday during the NFL season for the exclusive SoCal home of not 1, but 2 NFL games every Sunday during the season on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Hunger is a year-round problem. The San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter provide food assistance at locations throughout the county. We need your help. Host a food drive, volunteer, or donate online. Thank you for making a difference. Hunger is a year-round problem. The San Diego Food Bank and our North County Food Bank chapter provide food assistance at locations throughout the county. We need your help. Host a food drive, volunteer, or donate online. Thank you for making a difference.
Home of Guiding Hands helps San Diego community in that we're a resource for families. A lot of times when families first identify that their child, their loved one, might have an intellectual or developmental disabilities, they don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. And we're here to help guide people through that process, to show them what a thriving life their loved one can have. It's a passion I share, having a daughter with a disability.
I really love the place that I live at. Because of Home of Guiding Hands, I was able to move out of my parents' house and into a beautiful home that I love living in. And so if you have an independent living service coordinator, they will help you learn more about being independent, and they help guide you through different things. They've helped me with lots of encouragement and love. They've also given me an ILS worker who is an amazing person, and I love her so much. She's great. I could tell you the first, I think, week or so, I wasn't feeling very confident in myself. the first couple of nights I was like, oh, this is scary. But I look back on it now and I'm like, this is so easy.
Main Street Living celebrates diverse abilities in partnership with Home of Guiding Hands, supporting the special needs community for over 55 years.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Dating back to prehistoric times and cave drawings, man has always used art to communicate.
Fast forward like a million years, and we're still using art to tell stories.
And some of those very interesting stories are right here at Chico.
It's all about arte y cultura today on
Su Vida.